Well, it's the end of the week, it's Friday, and as many of you will know from my rather emotional vlog on Monday, it proved to be quite a challenging start to the week with lots of really good stuff going on, but myself and Tamara got quite overwhelmed with everything, and I was obviously beginning to come down with something because ended up bedridden and with a little visit to hospital this week. But I'm pleased to say that I'm ending the week in a much better place, as is Tamara. We've had a nice quiet day today, and as you'll see in the rest of this video, there's some really great footage that we managed to get on the GoPro of the really historic occasion of the shippen coming down. You know, it's a grade 2 listed building that we've planned for many years to renovate. Our dad originally put in planning application that got refused many years ago, but that work has started. So I hope you enjoy the little bits that I did get on time lapse, plus a few clips from before I was unwell, and then some from today of the boys and girls, and what else? An update on the lodge and what's happening with the static, and all sorts of other things that have been going on. I do say later in the video a big thank you, but I'm going to say another big thank you at the start of this vlog for today to Frey, Jodie, Tamara, for just keeping everything going, to all the lovely comments that came through from everybody on all the different platforms to send best wishes, and lots of words of encouragement for what we're doing. And yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now. Oh, that was the other thing. I need to say sorry for not being able to bring you the Mabel live. So Jodie and I are planning, hopefully on maybe Monday or Tuesday, because the weather's supposed to be good next week, to take you out with Mabel. I'll tell you a little bit about her original history of how she arrived at the sanctuary, and then Jodie will take over from me and tell you a little bit more about the years that she's been looking after her in particular. Right, I really am going to stop talking now and let you enjoy the rest of today's video. It's nice and peaceful up on the yard, and I'm sorry that I can't bring any live streams today on the yard cam, because both of our GoPros are in use on the concreting and the shipping work. But the concreting is nearly done. Oh, this is nice, just to stop and appreciate the calm. So you've got Floppy Doo, Dale and Nero there. And then round over here, Kate and I have just brought the boys up. So we've got Iceman tucking into his breakfast, and little Angel Eyes. And they've come up because we need to get more haylage into their turnout and just do a few repairs to their haylage ring. He just managed to come apart. Here's little scrubbers. Should we take your jumper off too? It's a bit milder today. All Jodie's babies. Well, 3 of them, because of course Mummy's boy Jim will be over supervising what Jodie's doing right now. So she's just trimmed Anika's legs out. Nika's done a bit of groundwork this morning and she's just having them washed. And then we got Hoitze just relaxing in here. Oh, is you tired? Sleepy boy. Oh, it's nice to get everybody's jumpers off today so they can do a bit of mutual grooming. Time to top up the boys' haylage. They've managed to split their ring feeder in half. So Jodie's bringing a bale up now and we'll get it all fixed and all nice and tidy again. Jodie's such an expert driver. This is the tricky bit, getting it into the corner. So Jodie's just pushing it with the grabs there. It's taken a while, but finally I'm getting this beautiful sign that Mary sent us for the boys' shelter up and in place. How fabulous does that look? The boys' shelter. And Mary's also got us one of these for the Hoitze and Jubber's house. So that will be going on the gateway once that's in place. Angel Eyes is getting a nice pamper and trim up because one of his #1 fans is coming to see him next week. His legs look much better. He's particularly grubby and hairy.
Yeah, he gets so hairy.
He does.
It's so tricky to blend it because even his body is just so hairy.
Yeah, and then blending him from the elbows going down. But they always look worse when you first clip them, don't they? But then when
they're washed,
yeah.
Be fine. It's a bit of manscaping.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can see he loves it. He's falling asleep. Oh, are you going to take off his little white tash?
No, I quite like that. I think it's quite cool.
It is cute, isn't it? It's growing really long. It's longer than Annie's. Little girly tash. Oh, little floppy doo's gone to bed. Oh, Dowson's sleeping standing up. Resting a back leg. And dozing. She looks like she's going to fall over in a minute. Why don't you just lie down, Dowson? You don't often see Dowson lying down. But they can sleep lying down or standing up. Anyway, I'm off to go and look at a lodge that's actually put together so that we can see what we'd be getting if we go for this one that Chris has got down the road. That's the second last piece of concrete down this morning. This bit here, and then tomorrow this area out to the driveway will be done. But now we've got Craig here from Vulcan to talk about all the electrics in the Hoitze and Jubber's house. Well, that's a view this morning that I'm very happy to see from the outside. I've been out of action for a couple of days, so I want to start off by saying a massive, massive thank you to Frey, Jodie and Tamara for just keeping everything running, as they generally do. Yeah, I was laid up for a couple of days, so also thank you to everybody who sent such lovely messages, whether it was on YouTube, Facebook, private messages. It's really, really kind of you. I was quite rough, still can't talk, can I? Ended up with a little trip down to the hospital, but lots of medications later, and I think I'm back on form, and I'm really excited to see all that's been happening out here, because I could hear it all from my bedroom, and especially the house was shaking as well with the work that Michael was doing on the shippen. So let's start here at the Hoitze and Jubber's garden. So the concreting has been finished, the gate posts are in, and it's all beautifully level and tidy and ready for those dog bone pavers to go down now. And I think I've spotted at the bottom of the hill this morning Neil and Sean, who have very kindly stopped what they were doing, and they're going to come back in and rebuild this wall for us today. Oh, then I can hear my Annie chatting to me, the gorgeous girlie. Oh, I can't wait to go and see them all again. And this is where I've massively appreciated Frey's videos. Oh my life, look at this. Wow. No wonder the house was shaking. The shippen is mostly gone. That bit of wall is looking a bit precarious. But what a fantastic start. Oh, there's the babies. Hello. Hello, Annie. Missed you, gorgeous. Hey, Dow. And Floppy Doo. That's a very nice greeting. Would you all like breakfast? Yeah. Those of you who saw Frey's video from yesterday, it was so lovely. So if you haven't seen it, do go and check it out. Just what all the boys and girls were doing during the day. And her and Jodie did a fabulous job taking care of everything and everyone. So what else have I missed? We've had Ryan from Vulcan Electrics in the last 2 days, and he's started on the electrics in the Hoitze and Jubber's house, putting all the casing around with some waterproof sockets and attaching that beautiful solarium, courtesy of Lindsay and Bessie. So there's wires all over at the moment. That looks like the fuse board up there. So all fantastic progress. So I think we're going to have 2 outside lights on here. One up there. And one round the side. So we've got the 2 top wallers back. Neil and Sean are here to fix this bit of wall that came down while the cementing was being done, or the concreting was being done. Have you decided on the angle?
No.
No.
Not yet. The problem you've got just is overcoming the need to not have too narrow a space. There, it's almost a case of bringing it. The line of the tape measure roughly represents the line of the gate. So the wall has to fit, has to not extend out this way in any shape or form.
Yeah, because the idea is that the gate will open round to the left where Sean's standing and swing right round. So you're very conscious of making sure that the new wall where you put it doesn't restrict that movement.
It's almost a case of almost like just putting like a little.
He wants a swoop on
It's
it.
almost like, I tell you what, it's almost like doing a square foot, a little flick.
Do it to that.
I have no doubt that they'll work out the best way to do it, and it'll look beautiful.
Well, this is what.
Just moving these monster rocks takes a lot of effort.
That's quite clever. You're happy with that? Let's think it. You don't want to put it in the wall now. What do we do?
If you swing that end around.
Yeah. Well, let's just.
Go and slow it down.
Oh, we want it this way up. But that's alright, we can flip it over up here now.
And then do it again.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
Hey, little Neeky Noodles. Tucking into a hay ball. Jodie had her doing some groundwork first thing this morning. And she had a nice bath. A nice Jodie pamper, didn't you, darling? There's the Hoitze Poitze. I'm so excited for him and Jubber's going into their house when it's done. I know it's going to take a little while longer yet, but that's going to be a day to celebrate, isn't it, Hoitze? Yeah? Meanwhile, over here, we've just had a great big reel of electric cable delivered because we're having to upgrade the electric that's going to go up to where the lodge is going to go. So that lodge I showed you on the video, I think it was on Monday, we have now committed to. And I want to say a huge, huge thank you to everybody who supported that campaign, and especially a very wonderful anonymous donor. And over here, being supervised by her babies, is Jodie with Iceman. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the visit to Mel's this week. But Jodie is carrying on the work that she's been doing under Mel's guidance, helping Ice to learn to relax and accept different pressures, and always watched closely. But yes, we're having a nice peaceful Friday. Here's Nero, just seeing if he can nibble a little bit of grass on the edge of the round pen. But as the grass starts to come through, we will take him for little picks of grass, as it's going to get a bit boring for him, his controlled exercise regime. And of course you've not done groundwork for the last couple of days, but we'll do a little bit this afternoon. Look at that face. He says, I want to chew you straight away, Mummy. Whoa. You can lick my hand, but you're not chewing it. Can I move your forelock out the way so that everyone can see your gorgeous eyes? There we go. You've had a good old roll, haven't you? You're all grubby. Tickle your nose. Hmm? You're very silly. You're very silly. And then Hidda's out of bed now. Stood there with Dow. Tony's come up here today, and you'll remember Tony's done all the work for where the static's going to move to, and all that beautiful work around where the muck trailer is and round the yard. And he's going to be coming up next week, once he's had his holiday, and he's going to be sorting out this whole area up here, redirecting water from over the back of that wall where there's a bit of a pond, and of course the water all leaks through here. But he's got all the solutions for what's the right thing to do. So when he's back from his holes, he's going to come back and get blocks put in here that the lodge can sit on. Move the septic tank that we have over there, because that obviously needs to be lower than where the lodge is, and basically do all the things that need to be done before we can get it in here. And then, all being well, the beginning of the following week, we can get it moved up here, and then look at getting some stonework around here just to level it all out a little bit better. Someone's very tired this morning. Little floppy do. I think Susan's giving the bench a death sentence. She's saying that it's not salvageable.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm asking for a second opinion. But watch this.
Well, what are we saying about the bench?
Well, we're saying, is it worth mending or not? But I mean, that bit there's a bit rotten, and it's got two rotten legs at the far end. So if you sat on it heavily, it might go down. And it's a bit of a shame, really. I don't know whether it's mendable or not.
Well, it's been here for a very long time, and it's endured a lot of weather conditions, but that is the problem with wood.
Oh dear.
So yeah, and we can't have visitors sitting on it. I mean, we can sit on it for coffee time, because if we fall on our bottoms, it's not so bad. But
No.
well, not that I want you falling on your bottom, Susan. Okay, I think
I feel bad.
No, don't. I think that one. I think the one that we've got by the arena is better, isn't it? Yeah. So maybe we'll bring that one round here, and then I know a couple of people have suggested that they'd like to sponsor benches. So I believe that Jamie's on the case and is researching different ones that we could have, so that we can get them scattered round the place, so that when visitors come, they can come and sit and enjoy the views and the horses. So maybe one over here.
It's a lovely place.
Susan,
No.
you're now an official member of the Soggy Squad.
Oh, that's all right. We can cope with that.
How did you enjoy your first pressure washing?
I don't think you're going to convert me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's those who do and those who don't. It's like Marmite, isn't it, really? I mean, some people I really like Marmite, and some people I really like pressure washing.
Oh, we've not
It's
converted
a strange
you.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Well, Anne will be happy, because that means Anne's job is saved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I like a brush
Okay.
and a shovel.
All right. I'll never ask you to pressure wash again.
And I can't even one handful.
So yeah, it does look better.
Yeah.
And I think it might last another month or two.
It's a dry out.
But, you know, if you tried to replace everything round here that's seen better days, then I wouldn't be here either. And just like that, they've got the wall rebuilt. You wouldn't ever know that it had fallen down. How fabulous is that? Neil and Sean have done a beautiful job of that wall, as you saw, but they've just come up to look at the top barn because we lost a lot of stone out of the corner there during the last storm. And it's, but where do you start, where do you stop? This whole building is, as you can see from the cracks, beginning to separate in places. It needs a lot of work doing on it, but with there's so much else going on, it's not a priority. Well, it can't be, but Neil has said that he can come and at least, you know, get the stones back in there and stabilise it a little bit for now.
Involved in no time. Take my missus out like a young Jason Statham in no time.
There you go. Ryan's really worried that I'm going to film his bald spot, so I'm not going to zoom in on him. I can't believe that he has a bald spot, but he's been in here for the last 2 days?
2 days.
2 days getting all of the electrics up and running in here. So it's quite a fiddly job with lots of angles to contend with, pipes to bend. So what are you doing there?
I'm doing a conduit to the light fitting is going to go here and connect to it.
So we're having 2 strip lights either side of the solarium, is that right?
Yeah, and then...
And they're going to be soft white, aren't they?
One on this side, and it's going to be warm white lighting.
Yes. So when the solarium's not in use, we'll have nice, warm, soft lighting in here for them. But yes, I'm afraid I haven't got any of Ryan's work on time-lapse for you. But you've got another day or 2 here, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's quite a bit still left to do, and then you're going to be moving on to doing all the rewiring for the lodge that's coming.
Yeah, up the top.
Yeah.
And we've got to connect this into the house, into the cottage.
Yes, so because we've got guests in the cottage at the moment, Ryan can't get in there to connect this all up because that's where the power feed is coming from, because it's obviously the closest building to the Hoitze and Jubber's house. But you were saying yesterday that you were, sorry to interrupt,
Right.
you were enjoying the views and the sunshine out the front here.
Doesn't get better than that view out there, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
So it's a bit grey and drizzly today, but once this is done, can you imagine sitting out here with Hoitze and Jubbers, whether it's on that beautiful seat there that Michael made, or with a couple of picnic benches out here. sitting and enjoying their company, sharing a cup of tea or coffee, enjoying this beautiful view. Okay, the field's a bit muddy at the moment, but I was speaking to Tony about this again this morning, and he'll be coming in, putting some extra soil on these areas here so that there's not a big drop, and basically landscaping it all and reseeding it. And then David will come in and put the fencing along here with a gateway so that we can keep them off the paddock when it's really rainy and soggy and very muddy, and they can just stay on their nice cushioned surface. Well, we have been quite sensible today and made it nice and quiet and nice and relaxing. But because Nero's not done any groundwork for a couple of days, I am just going to take him over the poles a little bit and just remind him of his exercises. But clearly he wants to pick up the stick and probably do groundwork with me instead. I think he'd thoroughly enjoy that, wouldn't you? Can you put the stick down rather than trying to break it? He'll be climbing on the mounting block in a minute. Always has to be playing with something. I've been very bad. I haven't even given him a groom before I've brought him in here, because he's been in the round pen with Hidda and Dow all day. They've been rolling, they've been sleeping. Oh, Hidda's now squealing with somebody over at the other turnout. So Nero's rather grubby, but we'll do a bit of groundwork and then he can have a brush before he goes to bed. Oh, you're yawning already and we haven't even started. So mid-session, he decides he wants to have a roll. That's a good evasion, Nero. No silliness. Good. So very often, when we first started with him, he'd have done that and then leapt and jumped all over the place. Good boy. Good. So I was just circling him by the mounting block and he just chose to head for it and climb up it. You baffle me, Nero. You are so funny. You are such a clown. Is that a good stretch going up there? Yeah? It's lucky it's a sturdy mounting block, isn't it? Should we try circling beside it instead of climbing up it? No? Honestly, some people would spend hours training their horse to do that, but Nero just does it. We need to do it just when I ask you, though.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears. Thank you for the moments that we hold dear. Thank you for the love, thank you for the light. I'm grateful every day. You make my world so bright, oh so bright. The world can be a crazy